And what do we got next? If you got it queued up, I believe we got the song Your Son by Universal Dice. Just like this. Right there. Right there.
From the moment I existed, you were trying to deny me. The more I looked toward you, the more you turned away. The drugs, the men, the money, the things I thought were normal. The way I always saw myself, the words you couldn't say. And the more that I believe you, the less that you would tell me. And when I asked you to give me a world of make-believe, and if I went to reach out, you'd only say I hurt you. And when I tried to trust you, the more you would deceive. Dear mom, your son. The more that I would understand, the more that it would scare me. The deepest, darkest places were my childhood dreams. From the moment I had feelings, I always was repressing. From the slightest cut you give me, I'd find a way to bleed. Dear mom, your son is a liar. Your son is a freak. Your son is a loser. Your son is a creep. Your son is a...
This is difficult. I mean, the Jackknife Stiletto chicks, they're like doing antics. They're still here. They stuck around, and we got side videos, and they're doing all these gags. It's hard to concentrate, man. They're crazy chicks, I'm telling you.
For once, Dave, you didn't scare off the featured artist. That's
Yeah,
good.
usually they just leave, but these girls are going crazy, and we're having fun. But I want to pay respects to the band we just played, Universal Dice, Your Son. So I think this song like has elements of greatness. Like there was a lot of buildup. Like there was moving moments. I saw this thing starting to get big, and then I was kind of pulled back in. And what I was pulled back in by was some timing glitches, man. And it bummed me out. It's like, I hate to say it, it bummed me out. It's like the drums with the rhythm guitar were not matching. It sounded like they chose not to use a click track in recording this tune. And I don't know. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear kind of like the
here and there? I really like the hook though. Your Son. I mentioned it in the review. I really like when he's like, bends it out and stuff.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite parts about the tune. It's a little loose here and there, but
yeah, it's a little frustrating.
They've been around for like 20 years.
Yeah, Jamie, do you know what I'm talking about, man? Or
yeah, I had a hard time with the song at first, and kind of like one I talked about earlier. Like the more I dove into it, the more I appreciated it. But I had a little hard time with the music and with the timing. And then I looked it up online, and I was really intrigued by the whole concept behind the record, because this song is like one part of a bigger whole.
Rock opera, yeah.
Oh, really?
Right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
We're actually going to have these guys as a featured artist in a few weeks. So,
oh, nice.
All right, man, we're going to have to dig into this stuff, because this was frustrating me, because what I think happened, I'm just going to take a guess. I guess we'll figure it out when we talk to them, is that they recorded everything but the drums first. That's what I would guess. And then afterward, the drums played last. And basically, this is what happens, because I've done this process before, where you just like, it's like the singer, it's like, yeah, let's just throw it on the acoustic. Let's just throw it down. Hey, get the bass in here, get the keyboards, whatever. It's like, hey, they go to the drummer. It's like, you just kind of play along and we'll hit record. And they're like, yeah, I'll do my best. But if the timing is set by the guitar, It's like that's an instrument that is not usually setting the timing for the song, and that leads to these little like choppy moments, and that's what I heard. So that's my prediction. We'll see if it's true.
Yeah, and as a rapper and a former percussionist, I for me, it's always got to come down to the timing of the drums.
It has to, yeah.
If the drums aren't tight, there are going to be loose ends everywhere else.
Yeah, so they're like drummers. Just so people know, it's like a click track. Some people think that's like, oh, you're being too conservative. I would say maybe 5% of drummers worldwide are able to not use a click track. Like they're that good in their brain where they just have like perfect timing. There are people like that. There really are. They just don't need it. But 95% of even the best drummers around, they still need the click track because a trained ear will notice just those little lags. Well,
let me share like a brief little personal anecdote. Is I started working with a really great drummer last year, Paul Robertson, and he plays my South Florida shows whenever possible. And that's like our constant like difficulty is making sure the monitors and all that are loud enough so that when we're doing a live performance that he doesn't get off. And there have been times where he got off, and it's not that he's a bad drummer. He's a phenomenal drummer.
No, he lost his click.
He just lost his click.
Yeah.